If you want one exercise that can help reduce back pain, hip pain, and knee pain, you need to pay close attention to what you are about to see. Because most people over 60 are trying to solve joint pain the wrong way. They stretch more, they rest more. Some even stop moving because every step feels heavier than the last. But the real issue often has nothing to do with weakness alone. The real issue is that the body slowly loses one of its most important natural skills: shock absorption. When that ability fades, every step you take sends more force straight into the joints. The knees take it, the hips take it, the lower back takes it. And over time, that repeated impact builds up into the pain so many older adults live with every day. Today, I want to show you one exercise that I use regularly with my own patients in physiotherapy, and I have seen it make a remarkable difference. Not because it is complicated. In fact, it is extremely simple. The reason it works is because it teaches the body how to reduce the load traveling through the joints. When you restore that natural shock-absorbing movement, the stress on the knees, hips, and back can drop dramatically. This is not a gimmick, and it is not a quick trick. It is based on the way the human body is designed to move. The foot, ankle, knee, and hip are supposed to work together like a coordinated suspension system. When that system is working properly, the body can dissipate force instead of dumping it into one painful joint. In the next few minutes, I am going to show you exactly how this movement works and how you can practice it safely at home. Many people are surprised by how quickly their body starts to remember this pattern once they train it again. Before we begin, take a moment and write a quick comment below. Tell me your name and where you are watching from today. I read every comment, and it is always wonderful to see people joining from across the country and around the world. Then stay with me, because this single movement could completely change the way your joints handle every step you take. One of the most important abilities your body has is the ability to absorb shock. Every time your foot touches the ground, the force of that step is supposed to travel through a chain of joints. The foot spreads to absorb the impact. The ankle moves forward. The knee bends in a controlled way. The hip sinks slightly. When this system works properly, the force is distributed instead of crashing into one single joint. But as we age, many people slowly lose this natural shock absorption. It can decline gradually over time, and it can decline even faster after injuries or procedures like knee replacements or hip replacements. When that happens, the force from every step is no longer shared across the whole chain. Instead, much more of that load goes straight into the joints. The knees take it, the hips take it, the lower back often ends up taking it too. Over time, this repeated loading builds up, and that is when walking begins to feel painful or heavy. So the goal of the exercise you are about to learn is simple. It helps your body relearn how to absorb shock again, so the stress on your knees, hips, and back can finally begin to drop. Before we begin practicing this movement, there are a couple of important things you need to understand. First, this is not just a simple exercise. It is a movement skill. It involves coordination, balance, and control. So if your balance feels a little unsteady, make sure you position yourself next to something stable, such as a kitchen counter, a table, or a wall. That way you have something to hold on to if you need support. You also need to be sensible with your body. This movement does place load through joints that may already be painful, so go gently, move carefully. If you notice the pain increasing instead of easing, stop the exercise. And if you are unsure whether this movement is appropriate for your condition, it is always wise to check with your own healthcare provider first. Now, here is the key idea that makes this exercise so powerful. The human body has a built-in shock-absorbing system, and it works through a chain of joints. The foot is the first point of contact with the ground. Then the ankle moves forward. The knee bends under control. And finally, the hip sinks slightly to dissipate the remaining force. When these joints work together in sequence, the force from a step spreads through the entire chain instead of crashing into a single joint. That is how the body was designed to protect the knees, the hips, and the lower back during everyday movement. Now let me show you the exercise itself. This movement is often called the ninja step shock absorption exercise, and its entire purpose is to reactivate the body's natural ability to dissipate force through the joints. The way this works is surprisingly simple, but many people find it challenging at first because the body has to relearn a coordination pattern that may have been forgotten over the years. Everything begins with the foot. When your foot comes down to the ground, you do not want to simply drop your weight onto it. Instead, you want to feel the foot spreading out as it contacts the floor. The foot contains 26 bones, And those bones are designed to fan slightly as you land. That fanning action is the very first stage of shock absorption. So as your foot touches the ground, allow it to spread and settle. Do not rush this moment. Let the foot absorb the initial impact. Once the foot is fully down, the next movement happens at the ankle. The ankle gently moves forward as your body weight shifts over the foot. This forward motion allows the force to continue traveling through the chain instead of stopping abruptly at the foot. After the ankle moves forward, the knee begins to glide forward over the toes. This movement must be controlled. The quadriceps muscles on the front of your thigh act like brakes here, guiding the knee so it moves smoothly rather than collapsing. Then comes the final part of the shock absorption system. The hip sinks slightly. This is not a deep squat. It is simply a small controlled drop through the hip that allows the body to dissipate the remaining force. So the sequence is very clear. First, the foot spreads, then the ankle moves forward, then the knee glides over the toes under control, and finally the hip sinks to absorb the load. At first, this may feel like a series of separate steps. The movement might feel a little jerky or mechanical. That is completely normal. Your brain has to relearn how to coordinate these joints together again. The cerebellum, the part of the brain responsible for smooth movement control, gradually organizes this pattern with practice. Over time, the sequence begins to blend together. Instead of separate stages, the movement becomes one smooth, flowing action. Down and up, down and up. Just like the suspension system of a well-tuned car absorbing bumps in the road, there is a simple test I give my patients when they practice this. Try to land so softly that you almost make no sound when your foot touches the floor. I often tell people to imagine they are moving like a ninja, quiet, controlled, and light on their feet. If you hear a heavy thump when the foot lands, that means the joints are still taking too much of the force. When you can step down quietly and smoothly, that tells you the shock absorption system is beginning to work again. Once you start feeling comfortable with the basic ninja step shock absorption exercise, the next step is to make it more realistic. Because in real life, we rarely move in only one straight line. We step forward, sideways, diagonally, and sometimes backward. Your body needs to learn how to absorb shock in all of those directions. A simple way to practice this is to imagine you are standing in the middle of a large clock face on the floor. Picture 12 o'clock directly in front of you and 6 o'clock directly behind you. From that center position, begin by stepping forward to 12 o'clock using the same shock absorption pattern you just practiced. Let the foot spread as it lands. Allow the ankle to move forward. Guide the knee smoothly over the toes, and let the hips sink slightly to absorb the load. Once you return to the center, step out again, this time toward 1 o'clock. The direction is slightly diagonal, but the principle stays exactly the same. The toes continue facing forward while the body practices landing softly and absorbing force through the entire chain. Then repeat the movement toward 2 o'clock and then toward 3 o'clock, which becomes a direct sideways step. Each new angle challenges the joints and muscles to coordinate in slightly different ways. You can continue around the clock in the same manner, practicing steps that move slightly behind you as well. The direction may change, but the goal never changes. Each step should feel controlled, quiet, and light as the body spreads the force through the foot, ankle, knee, and hip, instead of crashing into a single joint. This is how the body relearns to handle real-life movement again, one soft, controlled step at a time. So now you have a simple but powerful tool. The Ninja Step shock absorption exercise is designed to restore something your body was built to do naturally. When the foot, ankle, knee, and hip begin working together again, the force from each step no longer slams directly into your joints. Instead, that force spreads through the entire chain, and that is what can dramatically reduce the stress placed on the knees, the hips, and the lower back. At first, this movement may feel a little unnatural. You may find yourself thinking about each stage of the motion as you step down, the foot spreading, the ankle moving forward, the knee gliding over the toes, the hip sinking slightly. That is completely normal. Your brain is relearning a coordination skill that may not have been used properly for years. But with practice, something important begins to happen. The brain adapts. The cerebellum starts organizing the movement more efficiently. What once felt like several separate actions begins to merge into one smooth and fluid motion. Before long, the body starts performing the shock absorption automatically again, just like it was designed to do. So give this exercise a try at home. Practice it gently and consistently so your body has time to adapt. Many people notice that within just a few days, the movement begins to feel smoother and more natural. And if you would like to improve your balance, your agility, and the way your body moves as you get older, be sure to explore the other videos on this channel. There are many more simple techniques that can help you stay strong and mobile. Finally, I would love to hear how you get on with this exercise. Leave a comment below and tell me how it feels for you after practicing it. Your experience might help someone else who is dealing with the same joint pain and looking for a safe way to move again.